We are in my bedroom and I have just finished washing my hair. I am about to start the process of doing mini twists. Mini twists are like my go-to winter hairstyle. They lock in moisture, work really well with any occasion and any style, I feel like. And I think that's all to do with like the size and the products you use. I've titled these mini twists Lazy Girl Mini Twists because I'm not massive on partings other than like the middle part. I'm pretty lax with them. I tend to separate like the individual sections with my fingertips slash nails, so I will show you the products I'm using today. I only use 2 products for this hairstyle. One is a gel and one is a curl cream. I feel like wet line gel is like a good all-arounder for every natural hair type. It's the only gel that works for me, I feel like, whether it's a wash and go, whether it's defining the ends for a mini twist style. And I've got a massive jar of it because you'll need quite a bit. It's pretty much finished, but this is the curl, if it's gonna focus, this is the curl enhancing smoothie by Shea Moisture. When it gets to the very end of the twist, I add this in just to make sure that my hair feels protected. Those are the 2 styling products. Obviously my hair is clean and there's nothing in it at the moment, so we are going to go over a few products just to prep the hair for the mini twist style. I've got a leave-in conditioner. This is the Mielle Rosemary Mint Blend Strengthening Leave-In Conditioner. I love this line. I like the rosemary element of it and it's just very like moisturising. There are about 5 or 6 oils in here. I have got a thick sort of base oil in here, a Jamaican black castor oil. I've got the rosemary one in here. I've got vitamin E oil. I've got avocado oil. I've got amla oil, which is meant to be really good for hair growth specifically. I think I've got jojoba oil in here. And I've got peppermint oil in here as well. How many oils was that? I wasn't counting, but it's a nice blend. I tend to go with a cream after oil, which is just the curl enhancing smoothie that I showed you earlier. I do need to get more of this, so at some point I'm gonna have to run out and replace it. I'm gonna section my hair off and just do the prep process before we get into the mini twists. So the prep is complete, almost. I haven't done the partings or anything like that, but I have detangled it. And I've put it into mini twisted sections as well. I'm going to give the cream and the oil and the leave-in conditioner a chance to soak in before we go in with gel and more cream. It's Sunday, I work remotely and will be tomorrow and the day after that and so on. And this is not a necessary step, letting it soak. You can just go straight in and start styling. I'm going to because I have a little bit of leeway to take my time a little bit. I'm going to give it an hour or 2 before I start to style. I had to run out and get some more of the curl enhancing smoothie that we talked about. But luckily there is a shop near mine, so yeah, I went and I replaced one of the most integral ingredients to this process. But I did start my hair yesterday with the little dregs of the last container. There was enough to get through one section, even though there was like this much, which goes to show just how skinny I've done the twists. So I've done this section and I've banded it up because it's better that it dries in a stretched state without having to put any heat on it. But this is the first section. They're so small that they don't so much look like mini twists. I think it looks better and it's more wearable, and it's just more appropriate for all kinds of occasions when you can't really tell what it is. We are about to start the next section on camera. Obviously I've parted my hair into 4 parts. Section 1 is done. The key is to make the back sections the bigger sections, I feel like, because by the time you get to the front you're just like, I just want to be done with it now, essentially, and we are going to be here for a while. So clear your diary for the day. This is best done on a work from home day. The rest of this we're aiming to get done today. It is 3 p.m. We probably won't be done until about 11 tonight, which is still quite good. But you could get it done in one day if you absolutely had to. You just have to kind of just make it your whole day, really. So I'm just going to re-detangle this part with the wire tooth comb. You kind of want to feel your way around with the rows, because I feel like because you're doing them so small, these particular partings don't so much matter. You want a fairly skinny row. You have to try it a couple of times before you get it right. I should have maybe mentioned that you're going to need quite a few clips. I'm going to part a twist with my nails. You can go a little bit thicker than this, but you don't really want to go too far out of this sort of sizing. Got a gel here. Get your gel, and because the section is so skinny, you only really need that much, like so. Then you just do a 2 strands twist. When you get about 3/4 of the way down, that's when you want to go in with the curling cream. So I've got a brand spanking new jar of the Shea Moisture Curl Enhancing Smoothie. If you've lost the end of the twist like I have, you need to unravel it a little bit and then just twist it down. One tip I will give as well is that you want to keep the 2 strand twist very much the original 2 sections, if that makes sense. So you don't want to borrow hair from either side, so you twist it all the way down to the bottom, because when you go to unravel it, when it's time to take the style down, if your hair is a little bit matted, it's just going to make it pretty much impossible to take out. Now, not impossible, it will just be a little bit more taxing than it needs to be. You really just need oil and water to make sure that the twists come out okay. And another tip, I feel like I'm a little bit disorganized, but when I was doing this section here yesterday, I had some scissors as well, and that's just to get rid of any single strand knots or just like straggly bits as you go from twist to twist, because then at the end of it, it just gives your hair a very healthy, bouncy sort of feel. When you've got straggly bits on the end, I feel like it just weighs the hair down. It's not as, you can't shake your head in that way. I've got a long like stray piece here. I'm just going to cut it. As you can see, it's not super neat. That's the kind of vibe we're going for. The sections are very skinny, and so they don't need to be super uniformed. Twist it tightly, but don't like freak out if it's looking a little bit like this. So I'm just going to complete the section on camera, this row anyway, and then we're going to lock in and just get this done, because this is as much of a project for me as it's going to be for you. So another section, this one similar sort of size, maybe just a little bit bigger. Rake it through the section and then twist as tightly as you can. Curling cream. And then just twirl the end around the finger just to seal the twist a little bit. Okay, very gloomy in here, sorry about that. So that's one row down. It's probably about 5 or 6 twists in one row, just going along here, around the centre of my head to the end here. Alright, I'm going to look in I'm going to do some check-ins when we hit some milestones, section to section, and I am going to aim to get it all done today. I've got a banana and date smoothie here, just to tie us over. Time check, it is 9:30. I have just finished the third quarter of my hair. Now I've got to finish this section here. It's Tuesday. I finished my hair yesterday evening. We finished at about 11:30 and we started at about 3. So 8-hour shift. I thought that we would do a little bit of a reveal. I've obviously got it banded up at the moment, all 4 sections, and so I'm gonna unband them now. That's section 1. Just gonna fluff every section out with my fingers as I go. Okay, just gonna try and shake out the partings that the bands might have created. I just did like a whole thing and it wasn't recording, but this is the final look. I played around with it with my fingertips. I've just pulled little bits out and I've just shook it a little bit to give it more volume. And I like how it looks so far. As time goes on, I think the hairstyle looks a bit better. It just does more what I want it to do in terms of just falling in a certain way. But for right now, I feel like we've got a good amount of volume. And it just looks nice down right now. I'll turn around so you can see the back. If the hairstyle was a little bit older, now would be the point where I go in with a spray bottle of water or water mixed in with leave-in conditioner and just like spray the ends and just get it to puff up a little bit more. Or I would put a shower cap on, get in the shower, leave the shower cap on while I'm getting ready and then just take it off at the last minute, and that seems to really like cause the hair and the definition of the curls to pop. I kind of go between wearing it down like this or putting it up. I think it's the putting it up that gives you like the versatility. because there are quite a few ways that you can put your hair up, so I thought I would demonstrate some of them on camera. The first one, my favourite one at the moment, is to use like a little clip to do a little bit of an updo. You can use any clip, I guess, that has like a back that's like that. I do it like a messy sort of bun. I'm using the viewfinder because I can't like see. So it's up in one. Before you go in with the clip, you want to like make a little hole right by the stump of the ponytail so that the clip goes in with ease and you're not like ripping through your hair trying to get the clip through. And then pop open the clip, pull the bunch forwards, and then you want to hold the ponytail with one hand while also using like your fingertips to separate that hole we made earlier. If you lose like the ponytail while you're doing this, don't worry, you can just grab it back up again. You can't see, but the end of the clip is through right there. Pull the ponytail forward again, and then it really just is a case of clipping the clip down. The clip will find the other side. I always like then start to play with the folded over bit of ponytail just so it looks more like a bun. And that's that. So that's how I've been like, when I put my hair up, this is typically what I do. And then when the hair gets older, it gets more bushy and curly like right here, and it just looks very chic. Take the clip out. Try not to rip it out of your hair. Getting another hairband and just doing it over as just like a normal bun. Again, it's very similar to the updo of the clip, but it's just missing the clip and it just looks more like a natural, effortless, messy bun. Another way is to pull out the front. You can either add the clip back in or add the hair tie back in to make it a messy bun situation with a few money pieces, as my mum would call them. I think the both sides coming down would look really nice with like the clip back on. We'll put the clip back on just so that you can see it, and just have the clip just showing like completely like that. I love this hairstyle. I don't even do my edges, I don't do anything. It's a very effortless, no tension, no discomfort whatsoever hairstyle. I feel like I've been yapping on, and I am now going to go out and enjoy this hairstyle. Get some wind in my scalp. I hope that this video was informative or helpful in some way. I think with mini twists it can be a little bit of trial and error, but a few experimental phases and I feel like I finally kind of nailed the mini twists look. So if you try it, enjoy. And yeah, thank you for watching this video and I hope it was helpful.